Hello, welcome to episode number 3 of the Tacoma Iron Chronicles, a Rainier Strength Systems production. And in this episode, we are covering none other than the legend, Yury Belkin, the Russian powerhouse that tormented the 220-pound weight class for years and years. He competed alongside people like Dan Green, Pete Rubish, and other pioneers of the sport of powerlifting. A lot of people do not know that Yury Belkin was also efficient in equipped powerlifting. He competed in the single-ply division alongside his raw endeavors. So please join me in the tribute that I've created to the great and legendary Yury Belkin, and afterward we will cover the legacy and career of the Russian powerhouse himself. Please enjoy. Yury Belkin was born in 1990 in Arkhangelsk, Russia, under Russia's unforgiving strength culture, where lifting wasn't about motivation, it was about survival. From the start, he wasn't flashy, he was calculated. Every rep clean, every attempt exact. He didn't chase moments, he chased totals. When Belkin rose to the IPF, the numbers spoke immediately. A 325 kilo or 716 pound squat, a 240 kilo or 529 pound bench press, and a deadlift that separated him from almost everyone alive. In the tested world, he became dominant not because of one lift, but because he had no holes. On the platform, while others fought for a single standout moment, Belkin stacked attempt after attempt after attempt until the total was inevitable. Then, the test came back positive. Under IPF rules, it was over. A failed drug test, sanctioned, suspended, removed from the very system that had crowned him champion. For many lifters, that moment ends the story. Years erase with a line of paperwork. But Belkin didn't vanish. He crossed the line into untested powerlifting, where the weights are heavier, the margins are thinner, and the truth is much less polite. And when he arrived, the sport felt it. At Boss of Bosses, Belkin didn't just win, he imposed his will. A 416 kilo or 917 pound squat, a total over 1,060 kilos in the 100 kilo weight class. No excuses, no protection, raw powerlifting. Then came the pull that cemented his name permanently. At Big Dogs, on a deadlift bar built for violence, Yury unloaded 445 kilos or 981 pounds. An all-time world record raw deadlift at a body weight where most lifters will never even sniff numbers like that. The bar bent, the crowd froze, and when the lockout came, Belkin didn't celebrate. He just sat the bar down. In that moment, he wasn't chasing rivals. He was redefining ceilings. Around him were monsters. Dan Green, the icon of Raw Power's golden era. Jamal Browner, the deadlift specialist pulling from another universe. A new generation chasing totals built on aggression and spectacle. Belkin did not match their energy. He matched their numbers and exceeded them. But legacy isn't built on a single pull. Years passed. The sport changed. New stars emerged, and questions followed Belkin everywhere about the ban, about the pivot, about whether the man who once dominated both tested and untested platforms still had a place in the sport. Then came 2025. When Yury Belkin returned to competition, it wasn't about breaking records anymore. It was about proof. Proof that discipline survives time. That technique survives controversy. That strength, once earned, doesn't evaporate. He didn't chase a miracle meet. He put together a complete total. Controlled, professional, dangerous enough to remind everyone watching this wasn't nostalgia. This was a problem. Yury Belkin's career isn't clean. It isn't simple. And it doesn't fit neatly into federation rule books. But powerlifting was never a moral sport. It was a numerical one. And when you look at the numbers, 445 kilo, 981 pounds on the deadlift, 1070 kilo, 2,359 pound total. World records at body weights that shouldn't allow them. The argument stops being philosophical because the barbell doesn't care where you came from. And it doesn't care who doubts you. It doesn't care how the story makes you feel. It only asks one thing. Can you lift it? And for Yury Belkin, the answer has never changed. Thank you for watching episode number 3 of the Tacoma Iron Chronicles, a Rainier Strength Systems production. I tried to find some competition footage or a backstory on Yury Belkin's return in 2025. The only source I have is Open Powerlifting, unfortunately. And all that shows is 3 failed deadlift attempts. So it looks like it was not a full power meet. It was probably a deadlift only, and it looked like none of the 3 attempts were successful. I believe it was 959. But unfortunately, I couldn't find any footage detailing his return to the platform. Before that, his latest meet was 2023. So there was a few-year gap in between there as well. I hope you enjoyed the video. I put a lot of effort, a lot of work into it. Yury Belkin is a legend of the game. So part of the motivation behind this channel, behind this brand itself, is to give back to the sport and the people that help build the sport. Pay respect to the people that came before me and a lot of other lifters to enjoy the sport that we love so much. Because without people like them, without the OGs, we wouldn't be competing in this sport at all. We wouldn't even have powerlifting, or maybe powerlifting wouldn't be as far as it is today without the revisions that we had to make based on those who came before us. So I believe in returning the favor. I believe in paying homage in any way that I can, whether that's through tributes or through the podcast, education, and other sectors that I can give back to the sport and the lifters that built it. So be sure to visit RainierStrengthSystems.com if you want to support me. There's lots of shirts and stickers and all kinds of stuff on there. Also, if you're interested in the sport from the equip side, there is an entire section on my website about the equipment, how it functions, the usage of it, and where to get the equipment as well. So be sure to stay tuned for episode number 4, and the return of the Rainier Strength Pod before the end of 2025 is imminent. Before the end of December, the latest episode of the Rainier Strength Pod with one of the strongest people to ever step foot on an IPF stage will be coming to this channel. Be sure to check it out. Thanks for watching.